Without further ado, I'd like to present our keynote speaker today. Her name is Christina DeMuro. She's a science teacher at Ocean Township High School, and she is also an expert in wellness, so I thought it would be a nice thing just to kind of kick off this day, being that our theme is wellness, and I'll let her take it from there. Christina.
Up today. As Michael so kindly said, I am a teacher. I teach at Ocean Township High School, and I teach currently, just so you know. So I know you guys right now it's not only a Monday, but we have a PD day, so you're all completely excited, right? But if I told you that I actually had off today, and I chose to be here because I'm so passionate about what we're speaking about today, maybe that would change a little bit about being present today with me. So, what I would like to ask you guys, if I know some of you guys are doing your GCN trainings, that's what I would be doing, right? Or if you have your Facebook out or your phone, I'm just keeping it real. If you guys could just give me the next half hour or so, just to kind of speak into you, because my intention is to help us, the educators. Whether you're mindful or not, again, I'm going to talk about what that actually means. I'm not used to having a mic, so I hope you guys can all hear me, right? So if you could just turn off your notifications and kind of just give yourself, I know we got lesson plans going on, just be here with me just for the next half hour, and maybe I'll say something that will actually benefit you. Because I have been a teacher, I've been teaching science at Ocean Township High School now for 8 years, I'm on my 8th year, and I wasn't always a mindful educator. That looks nice, all right? Got that done. I was a mindless educator for a long time, and about in 2012, which might have been a year we all remember, especially if we live in New Jersey. It was a time where I was starting to realize my life wasn't planning or turning out the way I thought it was going to be. How many of you guys maybe felt that way before? Maybe your lives weren't exactly the way you planned out, all your boxes, all your ducks in a row, right? Okay. So yeah, I was there, and that's me being honest, and I share from my heart, I'm authentic because I'm a human, I'm a teacher. I'm not going to say that I'm a professional speaker. I actually got voted worst public speaker in college. Can you believe that? So, that last one, 87. I was like, I remember this forever. So, but I use my pain as my power, and that's what I'm trying to inspire you guys to also do. So, being a teacher at Ocean Township High School, going through huge transitions in my life, from the ending of a relationship that I thought was going to last forever, to losing my house, to watching my friends struggle, to watching depression and sadness, anxiety overtake our world a little bit, right? There's the fear that's being instilled. If you watch the news, if you guys aren't worried, you totally can have something to worry about, right? So how do we live in this world and watch all this stuff happen and experience ourselves and still show up anyway? Because being a teacher, you put on the face, you put on your best self every day, whether or not you call it that, but you do. Whether or not you leave your pops at home, you pretend your kids aren't sick, you come to school anyway, you have a cold and you're teaching anyway, right? So I know what you do. And I'm here for you because I value you. Teachers are literally the most important profession in life, whether you're in some support staff as well, but education, this is where we need this. So again, from being mindless, my life was falling apart. I was like, what am I going to do? So I threw myself into my work, which is teaching. And my kids have saved me more times than I'd like to admit. That's me on the left, being, shy. I teach science, and we have Earth Day, so I created this Earth Day festival, which was a way to get the kids to start taking part in our school and in the world, and kind of showing them topics that they needed to learn about. So that's where this all started, and because my passion with science was so big, my boss knew this. He's like, hey, we need to do an elective course. I'm going to let you make it. I'm like, great, Kat, thanks. I just started, feeling better. And he's like, let's call it research science. I was like, I'm not teaching research science. I wouldn't even take research science, and I like science. You want me to teach high schoolers? No. There'd be like one kid in there. What am I going to do with him? So as I'm developing myself and I started changing myself, I was like, this is more about discovery. So I called my course Discovery Science. Now, this course evolved as I evolved because I was learning things. And how did I learn? Because I'm a wellness, professional, or no. I failed so many times doing the other stuff that I'm like, well, all this stuff didn't work, so let me try this. And the first thing I started trying was yoga. Anybody try yoga before or hear about yoga? It's a new buzzword, along with mindfulness, awesome. So I went to my first yoga class, I'm like, this is gonna be great, my life's gonna change, it's all gonna make sense. I'm standing there, this woman's like, welcome all my sentient beings. I was like, who is this woman up here? Call me a sentient being, she don't know me. Sentient being. She's like, let's all come together in our stillness, connect the heart. I'm like, oh my God, dishes to do, I'm late, I have lesson plans I gotta pretend to do. I copy and paste from Fine. Right? No, let's keep it real then, right? My boss is like, you can use that joke. I'm like, it's true that. I'm like, Tuesday I'll start Tuesday. So I'm in this yoga class, but I realized for the first time that I haven't been still ever, especially in my mind. I'm like, look at me, relax. I can't even stop thinking about what I'm having for dinner or how I'm missing all the main ingredients. You want me to be here and be still? That's impossible. So through practice, yoga got easier. Through falling and looking ridiculous and sweating on strangers, really cute stuff. And then also started researching the science behind this because I had to understand why. So if this is something that we're supposed to be teaching and I'm supposed to be showing up this way, let me understand why. Because I was curious. I have a little thing for Albert Einstein too, but that's a whole other story. So I started bringing my joy for teaching into my classroom. And you guys can see my students out here. They're wonderful. We're doing a regular assignment, but instead of being at a lab station, I'm like, let's grab the yoga mats, let's go outside. Because just changing the environment to them allows us to be mindful. So I know this is what this day is on, and that's my dog Buddha. I know you guys are like, who is that model dog? Right there. That is Buddha, and I use him a lot in my lessons. I use myself a lot in my lessons because I story tell. So because the science is everywhere, I'm able to say, okay, guys, think of it this way. Right? So I just started being authentically me, and that's how my course started evolving. So through the creation of Discovery Science, which is, for the first time last year, I taught it the way I wanted to, which was, this is who I am, guys, this is what we're doing. Maybe with all the trainings I went to Tony Robbins, I came back, I was unstoppable. So he told me. I paid $5,000 for him to tell me I'm unstoppable, right? I must know what I'm doing now. So, but because of this, I actually was brave enough to be authentic with the kids. And it's because I started being fully present and being brave at saying, no, maybe they want to hear what I'm actually saying. And I'm passionate for my teachers though. So my real love is I did a PD day just like this at Ed Camp, and I did something, you guys might go to the workshop after, called Teach With Your Heart. And I just wanted to inspire my teachers to be who they are. You don't have to be someone different, you don't have to be certified in something different. You can teach what you want to teach and still incorporate yourself into this, and the kids are going to connect with you, and you're going to show up and be happy because you're going to feel like you're in alignment. So what does mindfulness mean? Okay, I told you guys I was mindless for a long time. Well, this is a simple drawing. I did it myself. You're welcome. Just kidding. Didn't go that good. So as you can see, there's two people. One is an adult and one is a child. And the adult, as you guys can see on the right, their mind is full of all the things they have to do. To-do lists, what time is it, what did I get done? They're focusing on all the lack, all the negative, okay? And as people, because this is true, this is science for you, I am a science person too, 85% of our thoughts on a daily basis are negative. Negative. So it's starting with how you woke up this morning. I know when I used to wake up, my alarm would go off and be like, oh, not again! 5:30, I thought this would be restaurant. Why school starts so early? 5:30. Right? And then from there I'd stub my toe, and then my coffee wouldn't be right, and then I couldn't drink enough coffee to wake up. And I ride to work, I carpool. My girl, I love her, she's my best friend now, thankful for that, Nicole. But I just want to be quiet today. It's almost like you could be putting off, you procrastinate because you think it's going to get easier later, right? So we keep running our thoughts in our minds. And how many thoughts do you think we have every day? A couple hundred? A million. It feels like a million, right? But realistically, it's 50 to 85,000 thoughts per day. And if we're doing things, we think we're like, oh no, I got this. Especially for a female, sorry, men, you're very important too. But females think we can multitask a lot. We're like, no, we can do everything. We got this: dishes, cooking dinner, that's our foot, close the stove, got the kids. Don't worry, I'll take care of myself when? Never. And my men too, you support us, you are showing up too. Thank you for all that you do. Appreciate it. Technically, they're here. Just kidding, so many. But what is this? What are we doing? We're creating these, we're putting expectations on ourselves. We're stressing ourselves out. We're running around on the daily, never fully here. We're never here. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're here, we're checking Facebook, so we hopefully get some form of validation that we matter. Hope I get a like on this photo. Look at this photo, I got 12 likes. Like, come on, people. I'm out of pay for this, you know? So, but the difference is that when a child is outside, too, and going through their day, especially when they're young, I have them at high school, so it's not so much something's changed when we talk about that in the workshop, but they're present. They're like, oh, look at that butterfly. Oh, look at the sun. Feel the sun. Oh, I'm breathing. And they stopped and they play. We stopped playing. We got serious because we had to be adults. Hashtag adult life. Serious. Right? But we forgot about how fun it could be. And being a teacher, we are blessed to actually be able to have a platform where we can continuously have fun if we're doing it right. So for today, what I'm asking you guys to do is be empty, like a kid. Okay? Have your mind be empty just for a moment. You can, I promise you can text message your best friend about across the room about who's this girl thinks she is in just a minute. Right? Be like, eye roll, emoji. Right? Because we don't use expressions anymore, emotions. But so I promise you that all that will still be there. You're not going to lose time if you're just here today. And again, maybe you'll hear something that will trigger you, like I did 6 years ago, to start making changes. So because of the changes I made with myself, I was able to bring them into my classroom. I was able to teach them to my teachers, who again, I can't give you guys enough applause, because I know how you show up, because I'm one of you. I see you. I know what you do. I know you stay up late to get those lesson plans done. I know you've given kids time that you don't have. I know that you guys have given your lunch away. I know you've given maybe spare change because the kid doesn't have that. So I appreciate you, and I want you guys to know that your district does too to have me here, because they want to speak life into you to remind you how important you are. So, just for today, and just for this time being, I'm going to show you guys just a few things on how we can stay mindful throughout the day. Now again, it's not a to-do list because I didn't even write that. I think I put 4 slides up. I don't even know. But it's how to be present with exactly what you have here. You don't need to know anymore. Trust me, I did. I was like, I'm going to discover everything. This is what I went for the past 3 years. I was like, I'm going to do a casual trip to Thailand. Just a little casual trip. I'm going to go backpack and I'm really going to figure it out. You don't need to go to Thailand, guys, okay? I promise you. Save yourself a 24-hour flight. No, it's amazing. I loved it. But I thought I was searching for the answers. And where was I looking? Outside. If I do this, then I'll be enough. If I do this, if I do more, if I do more, if I do more, then I'll be more happy, we think, right? But it's actually the opposite. The more that we do, we keep thinking and searching for these things that we're going to buy or purchase, the gym memberships, the online certifications, all this stuff, the new outfits, because I've done it. And it works for a minute, and then a week later you see that shirt that you're like, I couldn't wait to get. It's on the floor and the dog stepped on it. You're like, oh, that super shirt. It didn't work. Maybe you look fat after on top. There's something about it. What you should wear, right? We do it because we want to present ourselves the best that we can. We want to show up the best way that we can. And that's the whole purpose of this life, is how do we live our best life with what we got? And again, it's by being authentically us, but stop it. All right, so I know, again, some of us are constantly on the go. My parents out there, whoo, I don't know how you do it. From waking up at 5:30 to a screaming baby, and dropping them off, and then continuing your job throughout the day, and then going to your next job, because we all went into teaching for the money, right? Thanks, and no one ever, right? Okay, so we're not here because we're looking for all of that. We're here because we thought we can make a difference. We thought that we could inspire somebody to be different. We thought we could maybe save a life. And I know this for sure. And I don't know you, but I do know you, because I think you guys are all my friends. That's why I'm not freaking out of it, right? You're all my friends. But I do know you because I know why we're showing up. We're showing up to help. Because that's what human compassion is. That's why we're all based here. Love. Love is always the answer. And it gets jaded sometimes, 100%, when that guy cuts you off on the way. How many guys drove here this morning? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? Driving here, a guy cuts you off. Don't you have somewhere to be? I'm running late. Doesn't he know I'm running late? Standing there trying to make my life miserable, making me late. Right? Okay? And we do it all the time. Then we'll get to work and be like, Carol, you won't believe what happened. Carol, this guy cut me off this morning. Can you believe it? What's going on in your life, Carol? Let's connect so I don't feel so miserable by myself. You know? How can we connect, Carol? Which one? Your husband? Tell me about your husband. I know he sucks. Come on. Come on, Carol. Go on, you're still having your mother-in-law. All right? But we do it because we're human. And we laugh at the same things, guys, because we are all connected. So whether, that's how we connect. Usually we connect through our misery, though. Unfortunately, because that's where our mind goes. Remember I told you 85% of our thoughts are negative, so why would we choose to do any other way? And it's the key word there, guys, is choice. You can choose to be different. How do I know? Because I'm living proof. I was that person that would have been like this girl, and I would have sat all the way up there. No offense to you guys up there, I love it. Shout out to the back row, right? The front row, I was like, come on, people in the front, right? Yeah. No, but because that's what we do, okay? We connect. We're based on connection, but we choose how you show up. And it's a choice, and it's not easy. I had to start choosing, and when I first wake up, my alarm said, be happy, and I was like, fine. I'll be happy today. Then it would be like, drink a glass of water. I'm like, fine, I'll wait for my coffee, even though it's miserable. I hate lemon water, right? And I was doing it anyway, and as I started doing it anyway, after about 3 or 4 weeks, guys, it becomes a new habit. So, and that's what it is, and that's the science behind it, and that's truth. I promise you, I tried to put that wrong. Like, there's got to be some error in this. But every single thing I've come up with in my research, 3 weeks you can have a different life. If you choose to have it. And that means you can't make excuse, well, but you don't understand. You don't understand what I go through. No, I don't understand exactly what you go through. But I guarantee I can find somebody who's been through what you've been through and shows differently anyway. And that's no shade yet, I'm just trying to be honest because a lot of us get caught up in our stories about what our life is based on the experiences we have, but that doesn't just take the lesson from it. That's what we're supposed to do. As teachers too, and as being in education, lessons are actually what impact our lives, because then we can share. So I share authentically because I have been through it. I've done it. I've messed up more times than you call my mom right now, she'll give you a whole list of all the ways I've messed up, right? Started with my failed with marriage, right? So anyway, no big deal. We didn't really go through it. It's just a planning part. It wasn't a big deal. We didn't really make it a big deal. I ran away before it happened, you know? So I would have though if I didn't do that. Because I was like, I need a man. I'm going to get a furry man, right? So we can choose how we're showing up. And again, we can make every excuse why we shouldn't show up. Why you shouldn't, you didn't get enough sleep. You're not eating well. You may be overweight. These are all the excuses I had. I was like, well, I can't do yoga. I can barely touch my toes. Why would I want to go do that? So I can embarrass myself so people who I don't care about can laugh at me in my mind? They're not really caring about you. They're trying to breathe, y'all. They're not looking over you. And that girl right here, she's not touching her toes. They're like, I hope she's not noticing I'm sweating all over myself. So we get in our minds about how important we are to other people. Really, when we should be, how important are we to ourselves? And that's the choice, that's the change we need to make, is how important, how are we showing up for ourselves? Because again, you can keep trying to show up for everybody else, and my selfless leaders, that's who you are, that's what you'll keep doing, until you burn out so much that you're like, where's my wine at? Where's my Facebook? Where's my extra cheeseburger? Where's all my other things? Where's that Amazon Prime? They knew what they were doing. They're like, this is for the shopaholics. Now they get it in 2 days. Right? So whatever your form of addiction or escape is, choose not to use it just today. Just for the next 15 minutes. You think we can do that? Ooh, I got some yes in the front. How's my back doing? Hey, all right. So again, I'm not going to teach you guys anything that you already know. I'm just giving you space to practice it. All right? So my last slide that I so mindfully made for you by copying these, says, realize deeply that the present moment is all you have. Okay? No matter how much time we keep thinking about our mistakes, you know those mistakes, the ones that turn up right at when you're about to fall asleep around 11:30. When you're like, if I fall asleep right now, I still get 6 hours and 26 minutes. If I fall asleep right now at this moment, right? And it works immediately. Now we're just like counting sheep. I'm like 10, 11, right? Okay, that's when our thoughts get through. Why do you think that happens? Right at 11:30, the first time we stopped. First time we stopped all that. Because even when we think we're stopping, when we're Netflixing, hey, right? So even when we're pretending to stop and be still, we're not, we're distracted. We're distracted. So what happens if we stop distracting? What happens? The world ends, right? So we actually start to feel and come back to who we are. This is being mindful. Mindful is being present with what you are, or where you are right now. So right now, we are in an auditorium, yes? A little chilly, it's good, I like that. Sweat up here, okay? Coming back to what you see, because a lot of us, though, are always about seeing. This is why all those visual things, those apps and all that stuff is so, they have psychologists doing that for you, getting you guys addicted to that stuff, the flashing and the colors. It's science behind that. So, disconnecting from that, and what do you see here, now, okay? And now what happens if I take your sight away and you close your eyes? Then what would you say? And we're going to practice this in just a moment. So, coming back to what do you smell? What are you feeling? This is the stuff that is in the now. All the other stuff, okay, in the future, you don't even really know what's going to happen. The what if syndromes. But what if? Okay, well, what if it doesn't? And most of those things, actually, 93%, it's still sciencey, right? 93% of the things we think about that are going to happen, guess what? They don't happen. So you just created a whole bunch of anxiety, because that's what that is. Thinking about the future creates anxiety. And thinking about the past is regret. Because you're like, oh, if I only, can you change it? If I only, while you do your dishes and cook your dinner, so you move the face, but it's never going to change what happened. And just imagine for a moment, instead of regretting and thinking, oh, if I did this, my life would be better. What happens if we took it as a blessing and you're like, woo, so you got out of that one. What happens if that was the reason, and now I'm here because of that? And just take the lesson. Don't take the baggage. Some of us are walking around with more stones and more struggles and more baggage and more sadness than I can even begin to tell you. But imagine to let it go for just a minute. Just stop for just a moment and stop thinking that way. And we came here with me. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Is I'm going to show you guys, because I do this with my students in Discovering Science, I have them create a morning ritual, morning routine, morning practice, whatever word feels good for you. That's another thing, guys. Words, I try to interchange them so it maybe speaks to some of you differently. Maybe I'm not speaking to any of you, but maybe somebody heard something today that made them, I liked what she said. Or maybe I didn't like what she said, so let me follow her anyway so I can judge her. That's why I put my Instagram up there so you can. It's great. Hope you do. Get into your mind. It's my plan. Oh, you actualize it. I still love you anyway. I know you do. All right, so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys back to this present moment and get you ready for your day, for your next workshops that hopefully, which I really believe, are going to fill you up and show and give you something that you can take with you, not only for class and school, because that's so important, but home, where you guys nourish yourself, where you guys begin to reconnect to who you are, where you can fill yourselves up, where you can do whatever feels good for you. Okay, so what I asked us to do is first, let's come to our breath. How many of you guys thought about your breathing today? Oh, good. Just me. That's all right. I was like, I got to do some deep breaths over there. I don't know. Right? Smell some oils, right? The simplest thing, something that we're given, right, that we don't even think about subconsciously, our mind controls for us, our breath, we rarely think about. When do we think about it, though? How many of you guys have allergies? Woo! Right? We'll think about our breath then when we can't breathe. We find Carol. Carol, my allergies today. How are your allergies, Carol? Are your allergies worse than mine? Mine are probably worse. Mine are worse, Carol. Give it some Zyrtec. It's Claritin D, Carol. Right? Okay? We don't realize what we got until it's gone. It's like that song you heard it a million times. Right? You don't realize what we have till it's gone, and we have to stop doing that. We have to be more preventative and stop trying to figure it out when we're in a hot mess of it, because we can't think clearly. When things start to fall apart, we're like, what do we do now? We just stand there all looking at each other. Right? What do we do now before this happens? This is how you prevent the tragedy, all this stuff from happening by being here now. So again, how many of you guys thought about your breath? Now you did. Now you go over your hand. How many of you guys thought about your breath now? Maybe you were like, wow, I haven't even thought about my breath. That's still thinking about it. Okay, another thing we don't think about is our heartbeat. Our heart, which beats over 100,000 times per day for you. Just to keep you alive. That gift of life, right? Which we take for granted a lot because other things happen which distract us again and take us out of our element, take us out of our flow. You know, We get parent emails, 11 at night, right? Or we come into a surprise after-school meeting. Those are my favorite. Ooh, thanks! Love that. Or it's downpouring, you forgot your umbrella, the one you paid $35 for, and it's in your truck, and you're looking at it, and like, right? Okay, so instead, even despite all of that, we could still come here anyway. All right, so what I'm going to ask us to do is to gently begin to focus on our breath. Okay, I asked about the light back. You can't get them off, but let's pretend that's the sun to make it positive. It's sorting out, we don't care anymore. All right, so let's come back to breath. First, we see if we can put our feet actually on the floor. Ooh, you guys are good listeners. I think we should get some radio up here. Extra day off, maybe extra pumps it up. Just kidding. Okay, so put our feet on the floor. Imagine if you set up a little bit taller. Just sit up a little taller. Right? And imagine you took a little trip, virtually honestly, to one of my favorite places, outside. Inhaling again. Could you, maybe it's a child, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a loved one, something you're grateful for today, and as you think of that, feel why you're grateful for that. Why? Feel it. Inhale through your nose. Bring that feeling into your heart space. Exhale. Let go. Can we think of a second thing that we're grateful for today? Whether it's being here right now, whether it's not having students, whatever it is, can you think of something else? Inhale into that feeling. And exhale everything else away. I'm going to challenge us. You can think of one more thing that we should be grateful for today. Bring that feeling to your chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. Letting it go. Allowing your breath to just come back to this space. Allowing yourself to feel a little bit lighter. Now, as you're breathing here, I want you to visualize for me, again, in this space, you feeling or being your best. What does that feel like to you? What is your energy like? Is your energy high? Is your energy low? Are you open-minded or are you closed? Are you happy or are you sad? Maybe you're financially abundant, not struggling. Maybe you're loved by all. Maybe you're respected. Pick some qualities that make you feel like your best self. Maybe it's your students giving you feedback and like, man, that was an awesome lesson that you did today. Maybe that's a coworker saying, hey, you know what? I'm happy to work with you. Whatever it is, can you feel that in this space as you breathe? We're almost done. Can you feel maybe confident, secure, at ease, healthy? All these things we forget to really focus on that we have, but we usually don't focus until we don't. So can you feel some of these feelings just right now? Allow them to come through your mind. Anything that makes you feel good right now. Focus on that. And as you inhale this time, taking a deeper breath, extending your belly so that your belly sits out just like this. You really get that breath fully in your body. And as you exhale, what I'm going to have you do is start to come back to this space. Start to think about maybe your fingertips, maybe you feel your body, maybe you've been here the whole time, or whatever it is. I want you to come back to this space and inhale again. And feel power. Feel your power, which comes only from within you. It's not something you have to search for. You've had it all along. So we're right behind that heart space, right in that belly. That's where you are. Maybe inhale with me one more time, filling up fully. And exhaling. Allowing yourself to come back. One more breath, guys. Inhaling again. And then just exhale. Allow your eyes to open. So just by, allowing yourself to come back. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for doing that. How do you guys feel more stressed when we started? Honest questions, okay? Maybe you guys felt like you were struggling while you were trying to breathe. Maybe you guys were counting down the moment till it was over. And that's okay. I commend you for even trying, okay? So, give me one more second before you guys go. Now, some of those emotions that you guys are feeling, again, I ask you guys to focus on some of the positive things that you have within you, which might have been hard. So that shows you guys where you could start. So again, how you start changing your life or how you start showing up is based on your breath. Let's go. I thought we were friends, yo. It's all right. You can go potty. How are you showing up for yourself? So I want to make sure, guys, that you take from today just a couple things. That's what I recap. Okay? That your breath is how you control your energy. Okay? Because all of us, we're thinking about our breath when we get anxious, when you get stressed like that, you feel overwhelmed. It's usually because you were in your mind and you were coming from here. So sometimes just taking a deep breath can recalibrate your entire self. Second thing, guys, gratitude is one of the most important important things I could ever teach you. If I had to choose a lesson, it would probably be on that, because you're people, and I love us, and I love you, but we're ungrateful a lot of the times, okay? So there's one thing that my trip to Thailand did show me, and did teach me, and it wasn't that I was finding myself out on a hill, mountain like I did, like Eat, Pray, Love. I watched that like so much. I think that's why I got that idea. I was like, I'm going to Thailand, we need a shaman, it would be great. I did do that, but what I did take away is that we are in a culture, we are in a world, okay? We're in the United States, we're in New Jersey right now, and we have to really get to the fact that we're blessed to be here. We have water, we have bathrooms, okay? We have protection, we have love, we have options here. So gratitude allows us to kind of refocus away from all the things that aren't going right. Like your iPhone 12, okay, is dying in the back. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it, you know. Or you don't have Wi-Fi right now, okay? Or Panera has a line, or your Starbucks, they don't have the apple cinnamon, whatever you like, okay? All these things aren't really problems. We make them problems because then if we didn't have problems, what we focus on? How do we fix things? Okay? So I'm asking you guys just to take away, focus on your breath, come back to gratitude. And the last thing I want to leave you with is, guys, you're awesome the way you are. Guys, showing up, thank you so much. I commend you for showing up the way that you do in your classrooms, because I know you, I see you. And I want to thank you guys for just being present with me today and showing up as yourself. And I appreciate that. On the way out, guys, I want to make sure you thank you.